की तरह चलो कुछ नहीं ये सेवा में था मेरे पास कोई क्वेश्चन बात कुछ तो इन केस आई कैन सेलेक्ट दैट ग्राउंड है कुछ नहीं आज मैं की बात इंग्लिश हुआ बाकी की और इंग्लिश और कॉमर्स और सीको मैथ्स क्या सी Don't keep maths. English. तो ये कमाल है। यार मैं क्या भाई छह बोला ना मैंने। अच्छा पाँच। एक से मैं तुम्हारा टेस्ट होता है। छह बोला। चल। क्या? पाँच। हमारे सब्जेक्ट। IPM. इंग्लिश लिखेंगे ना और बाकी चार में से एक ही आंसर पांच पे क्या है ये सारे आंसर तो मोस्टली वाला आंसर कैंसिल हो जाएगा दैट्स व्हाई अच्छा ये भी ठीक है सब करेंगे मतलब बेकार है मतलब टैली भी हो गया हां फिर मैं डेल्टा को सब लॉन्ग भाई हमारी टैली पर वो भी टैली में बैलेंस भी होता है तो ये है कैश हमने एक्चुअली क्या तो तुम याद देख सकते क्या बेसिस ऑफ पेमेंट बेसिस ऑफ पेमेंट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया था हां that's the system class में डायरेक्टर and access नहीं अच्छा बुरा की बात नहीं is it getting better or not see how many person I was able to do how much time it was taking am I doing better wait even if you've done the question earlier you should remember are you able to recall yes मैंने किया am I getting it right the practice doesn't mean doing only new things practice also means trying to recall what you've done I shared some 10 idioms today yeah when you are reading another thing now you start to read fast skimming the passage now you have to keep in mind the comprehension करता है by the time we start to so how much time are you people getting to practice overall how many hours are you putting और जो worksheets मैं दे रही हूँ just on the end you can go on the net do extra work yeah अच्छा have you started with your class test नहीं हाँ तो कल आया था क्यों करना नहीं login पे जब 15 and by the say 20th तक खत्म कर देना
Every day 1, 2 for the 30 minutes. No? When you are doing your exam, कितने घंटे का है? उतना focus आना चाहिए. So you have to be focused on those questions for 1 hour. So the more you get focused, the more you practice 1 hour, 2 hours focus. तो जब मौका आएगा वो नहीं होगा कि by the end of it हमारा काम हो जाता है. आधा घंटा तो ठीक है, but 1 hour and do your maths and verbal worksheets together. One after the other. Maths कर लो पहले, फिर verbal करो, तो mind में वो set हो जाता है. So the main thing here is training your mind. You train your brain to think in a certain way. Completely. When your brain knows अच्छा ये है मुझे ऐसा सोचना है, becomes very Another thing, yesterday we came to know, I am Shillong starting the IPM program. और ये IPM Indore but Indore has already announced that they on their site they have listed Shillong as IPM Indore school.
Shillong was a nice.
So that's also a good option. So we are on lookout. I think worksheets हो गए? 7 नहीं हुआ? ये नहीं हुआ. 6 हो गया? 6 पे you have done. बाकी 6 हो गया? 7 भी हो गया? और क्या क्या दे रहे हो? What other exams are you putting? After 4 years. Postgraduate. Masters you are thinking of US or Europe?
US. Because my Papa and my sister are settled.
Oh, and if you have somebody,
7
comparisons. Yeah, I think that intermediate, right? That's easy. But not the math and other exams. Impact नहीं होगा. Okay, we'll first.
Positions was saying
Seven. Anybody have any doubts in worksheet 7? 6-1. 6-1. 6. Okay, we'll begin with 6. Right?
Simple, I got a simple. Senior of the
Okay, good morning, Brishti. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So, have you finished worksheet 6 and 7?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, हाँ कुछ है इसमें?
Six times 7.
कोई? Any 4, 6 and 7? These were easy, no? Accompanied by? It's clear now? Huh? You got this correct? क्या नहीं है? I have shared the answers separately. 6 worksheets. 6 worksheets का answer इसमें है. This is 6. 7th वाले का answers अलग से share किया. I think I did. Yes. Yeah. So whenever you see accompanied by, along with, क्या था दिमाग में? Okay, now 5th, 6th.
Ma'am, there have the underline.
होना चाहिए इसमें have है. Options देख लो अगर उधर underline नहीं है तो. Good morning. Any, you said 5th and 6th, right? 6 and 7. 6 and 7. So here we have to see something about the underlying portion. Let's solve it. This one also. So unfortunately, last night temperature dropped suddenly, which will mean that the shoots emerging from the soil will be killed by the frost. Yeah. Now there are 2 tenses. Last night the temperature dropped. Yeah. The rest of it has gone into the future. Now we'll see which is the best. Now, which will mean that.
All of them are being the question. There are options.
which will mean that submit
Uh,
as a result,
will be.
and the result is false, and this will mean, which will mean, which will mean. Okay, so all of them have something similar, and the resulting frost. Now, last time the temperatures dropped suddenly, and there was frost because of that. Maybe that could be. Will kill the shoots that are emerging from the soil. Will be killed by the frosted what voice? Passive voice. We go with concise and active voice. So if you are going with concise and active voice, what will be your answer? What will you eliminate? Which of them are not concise and active voice?
A.
A eliminated. Okay.
I can see.
C also eliminated.
E also.
E also eliminated. तो बचा क्या?
E and
B and D. Now you will see which will mean that the frost will kill. Now, which of these options is improving the sentence? Yeah. Now, temperature drops, so the shoots will be killed, or the emerging frost will kill the shoots. Emerging frost will kill the shoots is a better option. So you have to analyze which is a better option. What is now? These are all sentence. It's not just grammatically correct, but making it better. So you will go with D. Right? Or answer 7?
yeah.
Yeah. The board of directors requires that these reports should be submitted before the end of the current quarter. इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है? Okay, now that these reports should be submitted requires that these चाहिए क्या? Do we need that these? Extra words. Can you move? So we'll look at the that these reports should be submitted the same way. That these reports be submitted. Be submitted. Is okay. Yeah. Now, for these reports to be submitted, these reports submission is wrong. Yeah. These reports should be submitted. So, out of these, now we see which is the best option. The should be submitted ki jagah be submitted is better, but it still has that piece, so we will go with that anyway. Because none of the other options are better.
Why not C?
C says for these reports, requires for these reports. Not correct. Right? So out of the available, now the thing is that, okay, you have something in mind, out of the available options, which is the closest. Okay? If you are thinking, like I thought that this part should be eliminated. But options में eliminating that part, कोई सही option नहीं है. So we will go with the one which is most gravitating. Right? So be submitted will be correct. 8 is okay? Any other? Yes, Prishti?
Ma'am, I have a doubt in the 11th one.
8, 9, 10 में कोई है? No? So this we have to identify the possible sentences that are correct. Ones that are correct. So once an economy is actually in recession, the authorities can, in principle, move the economy out of slum, assuming hypothetically that they know how to buy a temporary stimuli. In the longer term, however, such policies have no effect on the overall behavior of the economy. So the question was, mark the pulse, identify the sentences of pulse that are correct, right? So in these, which ones are correct? Christy? Which ones did you mark as correct? Authorities can, in principle, move the economy out of slum. Does it make sense? Move the economy. Move आएगा क्या? E in the longer term, or in the long term? In the long term. Yeah, do we say longer term? So E chala gaya. That they know how to. So out of the slum, assuming hypothetically that they know how to bias temporary stimuli. This seems to be correct, right? C and D. Now, options में क्या है? A. Now E we said wrong. So any option with E will go. Eliminate. So A और B देखने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. B only देख सकते हैं. But A and anything with E goes. So we are left with C and D and B only. Now is B correct? We said no. Right? So C and D will be around.
Out of slum is there?
The authorities can, in principle, move the economy. Move the economy out of slum. Do you say move the economy? What is? We get the economy out of slum.
Out of slum is there? C option.
Yeah, out of slum. Get the economy out of slum. Move is. Move the economy, yeah, grammatically.
Out of slum is there? C option. C should be.
Out of slum. Okay, now, another thing, assuming hypothetically that they know how to. Now you have a dash and dash over here, and by temporary stimuli. Now depends, like Indore doesn't check on punctuations, but say Christ and all. Christ and all. Huh? Rohtak में punctuations को उतना है. But still, if a punctuation is there, which is important, and it is changing the meaning of the sentence. Right?
Ma'am, then what should be the answer?
Correct. C and D, they know how to buy a temporary. So D doesn't seem to be getting correct.
Now in the C, the expressions are given that assuming hypothetically can be reduced.
Yeah. Out of slum, if they know, can be. Yeah. If they know how to do it.
I'm guessing that assuming hypothetically means the same thing.
Yeah, hypothetically. So yeah, hypothetically means an assumption, right? So then B is the one that can be taken as correct. Move the economy out of slum. It's not
Ma'am, ma'am, in C and D, should there be a comma instead of the hyphen? That's why they didn't choose that answer.
hyphen is fine. Assuming hypothetically is redundancy. You are assuming hypothetically means you are assuming. So assuming hypothetically will be wrong, right? So I think B will be the only correct option. That is. Yeah. So C and D ruled out. D, C, E, A, B, E ruled out. E only ruled out. D only is there. Huh? B. They know how to dash by. Okay, now only D का option इधर कहीं है ही नहीं. So if C is wrong, then C and D wala option cancels. Right? So even if we analyze, it doesn't seem, assuming hypothetically or hypothetical. Now, if you say only hypothetically, then that they know how to will not be correct. Right? Assuming that they know, assuming they know, and how to do it, something. So, like out of the options, we can eliminate E, C, D, B, C, E, and so जब भी confusion हो, eliminate. Okay, what else? Any other question? 12. It is sometimes told that democratic government originated in the city states of its cities. Democratic ideals have been handed to us from that time. In truth, however, this is an unhelpful assertion. The Greeks gave us the word demonstrate, not provide it model. Now, if you see, the Greeks gave us the word, hence did not provide us with the model. It should be but, right? E hai nahi idhar. Question. So we are talking about only what is correct. So E is in truth, however, this is an unhelpful assertion. So when we say in truth, however, we just say however, right? I suppose so. Now let's look at the others. So B, according to me, should be eliminated. Okay, let's see. और क्या बचता है? B only. Okay, it is sometimes told that we say it is sometimes told that, or sometimes we can just the concise form will be it is said that, right? Not told that. But now B देखते हैं. The government, democratic government originated in the city states. Government originated in the city states of ancient Greece. This have been handed to us from. In truth, however, like we are talking about a contrasting thing, so we can just use the contrast. In truth, however, we use, but when we are writing, when we are talking about something being concise, do we need the intro? So if we continue with the sentence, however, this is an unhelpful assertion. I don't know. Right? So इसमें आंसर क्या है? According to me, it could be B only. B and D है क्या? B and D है. If we don't go with concern, grammatically in truth is okay, but it's redundant. Was the answer given? B and D. Remove that. Okay, there, yeah, in truth we can keep if we are asserting something, right? So in truth, like this is the situation, but actually we are talking about in truth, there is something. That way we can keep. If you look at the context, in truth works. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky. Eliminate कर भी सकते हैं, right? So, for the others, we can. Any other?
Ma'am, the 21st one.
Any other before 21? 10. ये वाले क्वेश्चन सारे वैसे पूरे Okay. When I return to home, right? I return. Everything I read everything I could get my hand on, hands on. The same year, that same year, Israel's Jewish agency sent was Shaliach, a sort of recruiter to Minneapolis. I began one of his most active devotees. I became one of his most active. Now, which one of these would be better? A is eliminated, B is eliminated, A and B कहीं भी नहीं है. That same, D में B है, so eliminate D. So if you eliminate here, now that same year, Israel's Jewish agency sent a shaliach, a sort of recruiter to Minneapolis. Anything wrong with this?
Punctuation is good.
Punctuation with a sort of recruiter. Okay, I became one of his most active devotees. Is it correct? That's correct. So E is correct, right? Now what comes along with E? We can say E only or C and E. Yeah? The same year Israel's Jewish agency sent is correct. C and E can be. D. Now we say that C is correct. C के साथ क्या आया? E. No, okay. Now we said E is correct. Okay. Now E is correct. C is also correct. Now E and C का कोई option नहीं है. E. Okay. C, D, E है. Right. But D में a sharia, a sort of recruiter to Minneapolis. I think a sort of recruiter should be in commas.
And there should be commas in D.
A sort of recruiter is a extra information, so it should be separated with the different commas. But for say when we are talking about separating extra information, that is clauses, then we can is a better one, right? So according to me, D should not be taken as well. Yeah. So we can go with C and D. Answer to
Ma'am,
yes.
what is wrong with the B sentence?
B sentence.
B.
Everything I could get my hands on. It should be hands on, not hand on. Answer क्या दिया है?
A.
Yes.
Plus 11 हो गया. Next 13 ठीक है? 15 6 वाला बोल रहे हैं. 15 14 choose alternate form. Okay. So computers began as tools of business and research. 14th one. Most experimental results do not produce large changes in human understandings. Improvements in theoretical scientific understanding is typically the result of a gradual process of development over time, sometimes across different domains of science. So, do not produce changes in understanding. Improvements in theoretical scientific understanding is grammatically, is it correct? Now, typically the result of all of them have typically. So otherwise you would have eliminated. So improvements A cells is the same thing. Result of improvement in theoretical scientific understanding typically results from which typically results from is wrong. Improvements in understanding are typically the result of is wrong. Okay, yeah, this is it. Improvements in theoretical scientific understanding is what does it is equal to? Is it singular? What is it? What is referring to? Improvements. So we are. Right? So we have D is the only one which is R. Improvement theoretical scientific has typically resulted from R. One little thing, so we have to be very careful. So whenever you come across a verb in these sort of sentences, first thing, look for the subject. Verb pronoun agreement is very important. Yeah. So if you miss out on the is, you can't find your answer. Next. What else? 20 bola dalse, huh?
21.
21 also. Who said 20?
On the 20th one, the answer is given for some other question.
Huh?
20th question is different, answer is given for a different question.
Answer given for a different question.
20th में
Answer चलो करके देखते हैं. हाँ. Questions 5 and subsequent. Get the mark. Identify what is correct. Right? Okay. In 1849, a poor Bavarian immigrant named Louis Strauss landed in San Francisco, California, at the invitation of his brother-in-law, David Stem, owner of dry goods business. Should be from the right. This dry goods business would later became known as. Would later became is wrong. E eliminated. E is eliminated. Okay. The only option we have is A, B, C. Now what is correct? In 1849, a poor Bavarian immigrant named Levi Strauss landed in San Francisco, California. This is correct. Immigrant. Okay, yeah. If you go with, I think this is one of the best. If you go with the American spelling, it is correct. Go with British spelling or Indian spelling, then it is double M. Okay, grammatically देखते हैं. Landed in San Francisco, California. At the invitation of his brother-in-law, David Stone, यहाँ comma आएगा, owner of the dry goods. David Stone was the owner, though owner of dry goods business should be situated by a comma. So now, what are the correct options we have? We have B. Now we know A is correct. Okay.
I mean, comma should come in C.
C में comma आना चाहिए.
That's where it is.
Because you know we can't put a comma before. And if you are writing after the name, comma.
Owner of a rival's business.
Of dry goods business, of a dry goods business, right? Or or those something. Oh, should come in because we are not specific. So which are the parts which are absolutely correct? A is absolutely correct. B is absolutely correct. Right? So your option will be A and B.
Yeah. Then also we can create a spelling. So create a spelling.
Median का spelling wrong बोला है. Okay. So if that is the case, then A will be wrong. कौन सा B only आएगा? If you take a median का spelling, then B. See, if you are now here, actually, I have taken questions from different places. So if you see, if you are writing the SAT, then I will not give the level. If you're writing IPM, then it's never. So we go with British spelling. So we don't go with any American.
Lines, color, what?
X,
Z, Z. And color V, Y.
Remember that we will not any American spelling for IP map. Alphabets go missing. Yeah, user mail we can, but not for that. Okay, now 21, Brishti.
Yes, ma'am.
In response to the allegations and condemnation pouring in, Nike implemented comprehensive changes in their labor policy. Okay, perhaps sensing the rising tide of global labor concerns from the public. Do we need a comma there? No. Perhaps sensing rising tide of global labor concerns from the public is a continuation. From the public would become a prominent media issue. Huh? Perhaps, comma होना चाहिए. Perhaps whenever you have a transition, you should have a comma after that. Nike sought to be an industry leader in employee relations. An industry leader, right? So E to gaya. If E gaya, to A gaya, C eliminated, E eliminated. So we are left with D only and A and D. So we go back to D. Perhaps now, according to them, probably the perhaps is okay. Perhaps sensing labor concerns. Concerns, comma. The C option in here. So what did we say? D only or A and D, right? Now from the public would become a prominent media issue. That part in itself is grammatically correct, right? Okay. A, in response to the allegations and condemnations pouring in. Okay. So now another thing, allegations and condemnations, different things, right? Allegations are accusations. Condemnations are something to put it down.
Yeah.
Right? So there is a little difference. So what is the answer then? A and D. Okay. Right? Prishti?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Or also 22, 23, 24. All done? No notes?
Ma'am, could you tell when to use for and when to use since?
कल किया था ना?
I forgot that, sorry.
Okay, tell me. What did we say about for?
For a period of time.
Period of time.
For
And since?
coming from a long time back. Like,
Coming from a point of time.
Okay.
Since this year, since that day, that. Yeah? Since for subtly clear. No other questions? Yeah? सब clear है? What part of speech? Identify nature of the underlying word. Underlying word is the ourselves. Right? 28 minutes and answer क्या था?
Adverb. I think that recently should have like.
Recently should be. So all others fine? 30th में कोई problem नहीं? So here's one with punctuations also. Punctuation से क्या?
Yeah.
Everyone figure out the punctuation? All of them have semicolons. Semicolons are there. 29. क्या है? The minister talks about during his campaign about compassionate conservation. Oxymoron आएगा क्या? नहीं आएगा. What is an oxymoron?
Opposite.
When you have opposite, both the opposite ideas come together. Yeah, इसमें opposite है क्या? नहीं है. Personification है? नहीं है. Compassionate conservation is not personification. You have to be compassionate about the conservation.
But
Conservation को
conservation को compassionate.
yeah, compassionate conservation. Are you personifying conservation?
Yeah.
Is conservation compassionate, or you are talking about making it compassionate? Is it a clear personification?
What else?
Nothing else matches.
Yeah.
So personification, hyperbole नहीं होगा. What is hyperbole?
Exactly.
Exactly. So the only thing that comes in is simile.
Like
Yeah. Campaign about compassion and conservation.
And that CCC is alliteration. Simile is like an answer.
Okay, simile is similar. Thanks. Minister talked during his campaign. Answer में personification है.
Personification दिया है. Compassionate conservative.
Conservative. Yeah, actually simile भी नहीं है. Sorry, I was confusing simile. Yeah. So if we eliminate, hyperbole नहीं होगा, oxymoron नहीं है, simile नहीं है, तो only thing left is तो उतना रिस्क ले सकते, ठीक है, ये है। ओके, नहीं आता, हो गया। कल का वर्कशीट किस किसने नहीं किया? Done? Only Shyam has done. So we'll discuss it and finish off. Worksheet 7 था ना? Vrishti, you can see the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
So worksheet 7, yesterday's worksheet, any issues in this?
Yes.
Any? Okay. Number 1, Hila.
Yeah.
What was it? Hiding in plain sight. Yeah, something that is in front of you but you can't see.
Ma'am, the sixth one.
Sixth one.
It's fast.
Sixth से पहले कोई नहीं? Standards 4.
हिंदी मीडियम है ना? माया तो ये
It's not an E. Piece of cake. Okay, 3, 4. Any 6. 6. What was 6? Okay, yeah. So now if you don't know all these nest egg, nests and eggs, birds, nest, birds is not an egg. Nested eggs could be, yeah. But here, what are we talking? What is the sentence talking about? His friend, he was sure that his friend or her friend lost his dash in a moment of madness as he lent all of it to his neighbor. So he lost all his is actually referring to all his wealth amount. Yeah, not literally yes. It's not literally yes. Yeah. So it is nest egg. Nest egg means your wealth that you have accumulated.
Let me nest.
Nest egg is a video. Yeah. Nest egg. Nest egg means something that is precious to you where you have it. Right? Something that is.
How much left in the sentence to nest eggs?
His nest egg.
Eggs.
His nest eggs, then that would be literal. Nest egg. Right? Got it? Vrishti?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
7 is okay?
8.
8. Right. So it is irritating when co-workers dismiss your ideas as worthless and later present those very ideas as their own. They just want to steal your credit. Is it in your idiom?
Yeah, steal credit.
They're stealing your credit literally.
Maybe half.
Yeah?
Steal of credit means steal your
Steal your credit is can go in, but we are looking for an idea. Yeah, it's steal your thunder.
What stealer thunder means the stealer spotlight.
Yeah.
And stealer would be more suitable here.
So steal. Now they first dismiss and then they use it. Steal your credit would be when you have done it and they claim it as theirs. Here you haven't. You are presenting an idea. They reject it, and then they later use the same idea and they take the credit. So they're stealing your thunder, means they're stealing, it is stealing your credit only, but idiomatic way of saying. Right? So stealing your credit would be literally. Stealing your thunder would be the idiomatic way of saying the same thing. Huh? Any other? Nine. Before the start of the meeting, I am dashed on the latest developments. So, like we can say that before we begin, I will dash all that we are going to do today. So, what can we say? I am taking you through, going to share, going to bring you up to speed. Bring you up to speed in this case, it doesn't fit in. Yeah. It's just about it. I am going to inform you about what the developments are.
Yeah, so they don't know.
So bring you up to speed means getting you to that level. So you are doing something and I want to improve you. ऐसा नहीं है ना? The meaning is not that way.
I mean, see, everyone is there. So know the latest development.
Yeah. So I will take you through. I will take you through means I will update you.
But take you through.
What is that?
I am taking you through on. Taking you through on the developments. That would be.
Actually, I am taking you through to the developments.
Yeah.
So it's also given us the.
Now, if you see, going to bring you up to speed. Actually, taking you through would be more literal. Going to bring you up to speed on, yeah, that will be, could be. On the latest developments. Taking you through is more literal. Bring you up to speed is usually used when you want to like get people doing something. But in this case, yeah, before we start the meeting, you are giving them an update on what they are supposed to do. Okay, good. That is also good. Taking you through on, you are right, taking you through on the latest developments will not be correct. So if we look at the grammatical aspect of it, okay, another thing, whenever you are doing any fill in the blanks, always look whether it is grammatically correct. So in this case, yeah, on will be on. Thank you for that. So going to be explaining no, going to share no. So out of these two, C will be. Taking you through can be used in the same context.
I'm taking you through your details.
If on wasn't there, then taking you through could be used. And taking you through on main. Okay, और क्या है? 10, 11. Done. 12 हो गया? Okay. This one was a little debated. The impatient and intolerant mother made every effort to do what? Now, dominate the child's lives is literal. Yeah. Now, we are talking about impatient and intolerant. So, impatient and intolerant mother would be now dominion. Dominion is now anything close to dominant. Dominion means an area that you are ruling. That would be good. Or this is your area of expertise. You can also be considered. Now, domineer her children. Hmm? Or dominate her children. Hmm? Okay, that is denominator. Sorry, I was reading down. So denominator children are obviously denominate. Okay, what do you know about denominator?
Dividing.
Dividing. So making it work. Denominate means making it work. Or actually, denominator is a word that is not used. So dominate the child's lives, not as true. Child's life. Yeah, children's lives, which you find, child's lives is wrong. So by the process of elimination, dominion for children names, dominate, denominator children no, dominate the child's lives no. Only one left is dominate.
Answer given is C, but I think dominate. It must be right.
Answer given is C, nay. C will be wrong.
It must be right. Okay.
Yeah. Nay, it is denominate.
They say all the other are wrong. That's right of denominator. I think that must be right.
Okay. Domineer her children will be right in this case, and that is denominator. Okay, I'll check and let you know. Denominate, when you use in a sentence that way, would be to make less.
Dividing this part.
Yeah, dividing. If it is ever used, but not really used. Okay, I'll check on this. This is an IPM 21 question. So question papers and I have taken from previous slides. I'll check on this. No more question? 17. Our team has won every single match and they have played since January. So we are, what is the context? Won every single match. Yeah. So something positive. Now rolling in luck, was it just luck? Huh? Okay. Rolling in money. On a roll. On a roll means that you are unstoppable. Right? On a roller coaster, that's an idiom, but it's negative. Means you are up and down. Roller coaster up and down. So you are not always winning. Some matches they won, some matches they lost, they were on a roller coaster. That's a good thing. But here it will be on a roll. That is, they are unstoppable. Any other? 18. Okay. So this is yeah, this one was, it is not really idiom used over here, but we have to look at the context. Context can, although he is recovering from injury, he has to follow certain diet restrictions. He cannot eat junk food. Please do not pity his hand. Now cut him some slack. What?
Potential snack means don't be
Don't be
soft on it. Don't be nice on the.
No, cut him some slack नहीं आता है. Cut him. Give him some slack. Give him slack. Cut him slack. Cutting slack. Cutting slack can even.
It's not giving slack, it's cutting slack.
Cutting slack. And cut him some slack. Right, and the answer was A, no? This we had also marked as B when we thought it was A. According to us, it was B. But heavy metal जो आंसर दिया था उसमें ये. Which is literal. Don't give him
snacks one.
Give him some snack. Please snack. Snack will be good. Or snacks. Give him some snacks. So इसमें we will go with B. Stop. Please. Give him some slack, so don't be late. 19. We did this, right? Any other? 20? 19. 19. 19. 19 problem. Problems may be difficult, but all you have to do is, we did this in class also, and hang in there. 20, done. Huh? 20th. Now the question is, the standards set by the examination board are so high that it would be difficult for poorly prepared students to get through. That is pass. So pass most errors नहीं होगा. Get past most errors नहीं होगा. Now we have past muster and past muster. Past muster is not ready. Past muster means to get through a difficult situation. Pass or past? Pass. ANC pass most errors. You are students are passing errors.
Sorry, to get past.
Get past most errors. Again, the errors come in. We are talking about success.
No, wait.
Paper. You are giving a paper and you have to. No, errors doesn't make sense of you.
But it is
See, it's an exam and it is difficult, and if you are not well prepared, you will not be able to answer the questions. Errors can answer that.
So if you have any question, like get past.
Yeah. And then that would be get past mastery will be past.
Pass.
Past student.
Now what is pass question?
Past master means to get through a difficult situation. Right? So this is like for students who are not well prepared. Yeah. They would not be able to get through or be successful. Past master would be there is a difficult situation and you are still successful. Right. So what else? Chalo jaldi. 22, 23. Anyone? No? Ismail, we did this. You got this?
Yeah.
Yeah, to the. So here you see there are a lot of idioms. DipMat has this type of question. And you have to choose. Or let's see. not knowing what to do. Fits and starts भी आता है और कोई नहीं है ना?
I'm 28.
28. Under a cloud these days. What is LS involvement in espionage? So LS involvement in espionage. He is now enjoying. So is it enjoying favorable luck? No. Experiencing cloudy weather doesn't make sense. Under observation or under suspicion. Now he alleged involvement. He suspected of doing something. So under suspicion. Under the cloud here will be under a cloud anyway won't be under observation. Be something to do with that's going on. Okay, done with this? Today we'll move on to analogies. छोटा सा chapter है. And analogies usually we will get growth में आएगा, demand में आएगा, price में आएगा, supply में आएगा, में आएगा, indoor में नहीं आएगा. Yeah. So those who are focusing only on indoor, still will do them. So what does analogies really mean? You all have done them before. ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. But analogies में क्या ध्यान रखना? What are similar things? Comparisons. Yeah. It could be similar. It could be opposite. Now there are different types of questions that may come. That's what we have to see. What type of analogy is? What type of comparison? Analogy means comparison, right? So it could be similarity or a relationship. So we have to identify relationships. And here also some sort of vocabulary. Yes. Is Shyam feeling sleepy? So you will be given a pair and you have to figure out the others, or they will just give you a word and say what compares to this. Any type. Now the different types, that is what it will be. So it could be synonyms. A pair given to you, say polite, courteous, engagement. So you know what synonyms are. You can go through your question. Say this one. Extemporaneous is to improve. What is the relationship between the two words given? They have the same meaning. Extemporaneous means improve. Now, if you don't know the meaning of the word extemporaneous, break it down. Extempore, you know. Extempore speech. Everything here. Okay? Now you learn total. Yeah. तो extempore बोलना था ना? तो फिर में and without any prior preparation. Extempore means on the spot. When you are asked to talk extempore, give a speech extempore, or do something, is on the spot without prior preparation. Right? And impromptu means the same thing. Yeah? Without any prior knowledge or without any prior preparation. So we have similes or synonyms, right? So now options which are not synonyms will be eliminated. So which of these are not synonyms? synonyms है, opposites किसमें है? Which of the options?
Both, right?
Reputable means?
Have a good reputation.
Elusive means? Elusive. Something that is missing. He's elusive, he doesn't come in front. He's always elusive. He's not visible. Yeah? So antiquated and modern.
Outdated.
Antiquated means antique, outdated. That's opposite. So eliminate that. So eliminate A, eliminate D. Depressed, ecstatic. Opposites. Morose, saccharine, that's the only one left, even if you don't know the meaning of saccharine. Yeah? So what's the meaning of saccharine? Morose, you know?
Sad.
Sad. Saccharine also means somebody who cannot think positive, always depressed and sad. Right? So even if you don't know the meaning, still you can figure out. It's all about figuring out. As I think you will know every word. It's not possible. Otherwise, you'll be only sitting and learning the dictionary 24/7. Yeah, you can't do it. You have to figure out, eliminate. Now, you know that in these questions, there is only one right answer. Antonyms. So you could have like antonyms, condense, expand, affirm, deny, kindle. Kindle means
Rekindle.
kindle fire means to
Grow.
make it bigger or grow. Extinguish means to put down, to wipe out. Only you know. Cordial, you know. Yeah, cordial relationship means good relationship. Simple words. Just look at this one. We need, what is the relationship? Zealous and indifferent. Zealous means there's a zeal down there.
Positive.
Okay, or excited about it. Yeah. Somebody who has a lot of enthusiasm. That's what zealous one. Indifferent, the opposite. So, what is the relationship between the words? Antonyms. Yeah. So, anything that is not an antonym, we can eliminate. Yeah. So, we go with the options. Diligent means diligent. He is a diligent student. Hardworking. Diligent means hardworking. So, you eliminate from that. So diligent is eliminated. Perplexing and explicable. Perplexing means you are perplexed with something, means confused. Explicable. Explicable को break down करो. Explicit. Explanation. Explicit means it is clear. Right? Clarity जिसमें है उसको explicit. So this is opposite. Now, incorrigible and instantaneous. Incorrigible means something that cannot be understood. Yeah, not clear. And instantaneous, is there any relationship? No. Now, opposite and not synonym. So, mysterious, exclusive. No relation. So eliminate. So your only right option is B. So you have to see number one, what is the relationship between the given words? If the relation, now they will not tell you that what the relationship. You have to figure out. Right? So whatever the relationship is, you look for options with the same relationship. So this was answer. Now, another thing is degree of intensity. May have synonyms or antonyms. Maybe all of them are synonyms or antonyms. Up here. degree of intensity. Yeah. So, like quarrel, bigger form is war, right? Anger with bigger form is hate. Kindle, or error, love is bigger, right? Wish, something bigger is ahead. Jog and sprint, which is bigger. Sprint. Eat, oh, 44. That's also more than eat. Yeah. Sink and drown. Famous, renowned. Famous is just big. Renowned is a degree higher. Yeah. Unhappy, sad. Which is bigger. Crime and sin, which is bigger. Crime is bigger.
I don't know what the crime and
Now unhappy, sadly, which was bigger. Sad, you are just sad. You are unhappy about something that is bigger.
Unhappy means not being happy. Sad means being sad.
Yeah.
Root के बैठ जा.
So that two different degrees is the same thing.
And then famous and renowned also. Famous is bigger.
Which is bigger?
Renowned is bigger.
Renowned is bigger. Now another thing. They can give you what now they when you get what
अभी चार दिमाग में कोई example.
okay, another thing you have to keep in mind another thing you have to keep in mind is which direction is it going? Is it going smaller to bigger or bigger to smaller? That also you have to keep in mind.
What do you mean?
So if I say famous renowned, famous is smaller renowned. Now if you look at crime and sin, which is a bigger, crime is more intense. So now if you are given crime and sin, more intense is coming first. From your options, you will be selecting the option where more intense comes first. It's not just the relationship, but also the direction. Right? Confused? Huh?
fine.
You are sad about something. I'm sad today. I'm really unhappy about something. So if you're unhappy, would it be the same thing as yeah, in use it, we use it that way, but at a degree which is better. When you are sad, your emotions are what? Small. Yeah? So we can say unhappy. Yeah, we can say sad. Refuse and deny. Deny is more intense. Moist and drenched. Sip and gulp. Yeah. So here is some examples to get started. Okay, enthusiastic and fanatical. What is fanatical?
Very
Yes.
It can be fanatical. Now, fanatical can be used in a positive sense and negative sense. Yeah. Fanatical means you are absolutely like into something or too passionate about something to the extent that you can't bear anything else. Right? So, which direction is it going?
higher.
Higher. So we need more intense in the second one. Yeah? Frugal, miserly, will it give frugal and miserly? Frugal means okay. That's why reading helps. Right? Frugal means somebody is frugal, doesn't spend much. Miserly is also doesn't spend much, but to a different level. Doesn't spend at all. right? So this is in the same direction. Faithful and kind. Is there a relationship?
Synonyms.
Faithful is somebody who is like will do everything you tell him. That's all. Kind, benevolent, right? Okay. Admonish and warn. They are also synonyms, different degrees. Warn is smaller degree, admonish is bigger. Admonish is to give you a strict warning. Yeah, very strict. Or admonition. Right? Virtuous, wholesome.
Admonish means demolish.
Admonish means to put down somebody. To tell somebody that you cannot do this. You're not
Not
supposed
to approve.
not to approve. So deny is a milder form of admonition. So what is the direction here? The higher intensity comes first, low intensity comes later. So though the intensities are different, but the direction is not the same. Yeah. So we don't go with C. Virtuous and wholesome. What does virtuous mean?
Genesis.
Yeah, there is a good. Somebody who is benevolent, we can say kind, and always ethical. So we don't get a relationship. So answer will be A. Wholesome means complete. You can say wholesome food because it is nutritious. Yeah. Or anything that is good. We can say this is wholesome because it is complete. Usually, with reference to nutrition, food, or say emotions. Yeah. Not describing a person. So here answer kya hua? Though we have two options which are synonyms, but the level of intensity is different and the direction. What are we looking at? We are looking at smaller to bigger. Yeah. So that you have to keep in mind. Okay, part of a whole aa sakta hai. Yeah. Something is part of a bigger entity. Star belongs to a constellation. Toe belongs to your foot, a part of your foot. Roof is a part of the house. Same relationship is led to box. Not only part, roof is on top. It is on top. That also. And body, that is the same relationship. Okay, roof, house. Wall का क्या आएगा? Straight, square, crack. Leg, chair, shade. That. Yeah. Now we also can get whole to part analogy. Part of a whole or whole of whole part. So chair. Now if you turn it around, part of a whole chair to leg would be part of a whole.
Shade means the stand of the lamp. Shade means the
Shade is something that comes on top of the lamp. The shade on the lamp. Now, it is a part that we can. It's not like leg. Otherwise, we would say stand. If we go to go exactly the same. So we are talking about part of a whole or whole of a part. So leg is a part of the chair. And if you turn it around, chair is the whole, leg is a part. In that case, shade and lamp also will be covered. Right? So when you have your analogies, you have to see what is the direction. So foot toe. Foot is what? Hole. Face down. Yeah, obviously, only nose can come into this. Okay, this one. Paragraph essay. What is the relationship? What first things? What is the relationship?
One paragraph.
Paragraph is a part of the essay. Yeah, part of whole. So part of whole क्या आएगा? Scene, play, cast, actor, symphony, orchestra, dictator, opera. Dictator, opera में कोई relationship है? Dictator, opera
Symphony is a part of
Symphony. Symphony is the music that the orchestra plays.
It's a part of the orchestra.
Symphony is not a part. Symphony is the music that is.
हाँ वही music का part. Orchestra में बजाते हैं उसकी music.
But it is not a part of the orchestra. So this can be a
Cast actor.
cast actor.
Synonym जो होता है.
Cast is the whole thing. Actor is a part of the cast. So what is this?
Scene and play भी हो
This is
सकता
the
है.
whole and this is the part. So it is whole coming first, part coming after. अभी यहाँ क्या है? Part is first, whole is after. Yeah. So scene is part of a play. Yeah. So answer will be C. Yeah. And we won't go with B because it is the other way around. What comes first? What comes after? That is it. Actor, action, or worker to task. This also can come. Teacher, educate, tailor, sew, or draw. Or we can also get tools. So what about this? Arbitrator, judge. What is the arbitrator? Yeah. Direction, orient, lawyer, legislate. Now, judge is here. Arbitrator is what? Arbitrator is also a person like this, but arbitrator is a person who takes care of the small things. Yeah. But it should be arbitration, not arbitrator.
It's other way around. No, arbitrator judges.
Yeah,
It's
We are
first
saying
judge.
we are saying judge.
Judge is a verb here. no?
Judge is a noun.
but in this is.
Yeah, arbitrator judge. He judges or they judge. So arbitrator judge. Arbitrator what it does. So this is the action. This is the noun. Mechanic repair, same direction. Yeah. Lawyer. But the lawyer legislate. Lawyer doesn't legislate. Musician, orchestra, not the same relationship. So A is the. So what are the type? Cause effect relationship. That also we can think of. Something is the effect. So bacteria causes infection. Now you can, okay, another thing, analogy questions can come not only in the verbal section, it can also come in the logical reasoning section. Yeah? जैसे JITMAT में ये आएगा logical reasoning section. Logical reasoning logic में है, but analogies and logic come in the verbal section. Right? But JITMAT में they have, I've seen them coming when we look at the question paper, they come in the logical reasoning. तो कौन सा वो सब मिला के cold results in fever, question. Tremble, fear. So what is the relationship? Tremble is a result of fear, or fear is a result of it? Symbol is the result of case. We have the action and the result, or the cause and the effect. So we shiver due to cold. Yeah. Stifle, sneeze. This also has a cause of effect. Your nose is stifled, so you sneeze. But it's in the other direction. Yeah, your nose is stifled, so you sneeze. Here, your result comes first. So we are looking at result coming first. Itch, scratch. Scratch is the result of it. Irritate, nettle. A nettle can cause irritation, but it's not the sort of relationship. Nettle not always irritate, can prickle. Yeah, so our answer is yes. That's a member of a class that also went. Say frog belongs to the amphibians group. Tuna, the type of fish. Tragedy, the type of cow, the green is the color of man, the insect, that type. So you can have object and group. It could be belonging to or. I remember in school we used to learn what is the groups? Yeah, collective noun of bees. Bees. Song. Kitten. Bitter. You have to go back to school. Okay, birds. Dog, cow, bird. Now all simple ones will not come. Lion. Kind of lions. Pack of wolves. Okay, let's look at this one. Ballet. Ballet is a sort of dance. Right? So, sonnet poem. Yeah. Book. Novel is the other way around. Novel is a type of book. Theatre play.
Same thing.
Sonnet is a type of poem. So it is the other way around. Yeah. It's not the other way around. It is the answer. Artist, sculptor. Sculptor is a sort of art. Problem solution. Like how we eat, first you drink, you get scratched, open into pairs. And function to do. Who uses what? Artist uses a brush, feet to walk and to write, etc. Spanner, tapes, or the other way around. Now, any analogy that you get, always see what is the direction, no matter what that is. Okay, training. Training skill, what is the relationship? Training develops skill. Yeah, you get skill from training. So, what is similar? E. Mnemonic helps you in right? Any of them? Speech lesson, auspicious event, neurological brain. It can be related, but not the same. Symbol and representation could also be like comma, X for pausing, period for stop. Laurel wreath represents retreat. Honor. If laurel wreath represents victory, olive branch represents. So the easy definition can also come in. Like ascetic means self-will. And ascetic would be in self-denial, means not appreciating self. What is similar? Zealot. That's a good. Ascetic is to self-denial. Yeah. Renegade loyalty. Miser affluence is opposite. Nomad dissipation. Violent philanthropist. Altruism means
What's the type of belief?
yeah. What does altruism actually mean?
The habit of caring for the needs and
Yeah. So philanthropist is similar to altruism.
Philanthropists follow altruism.
Follows altruism. A philanthropist will be doing that. Yeah. So nationalist orthodoxy doesn't make sense, right? Writer, publication, or ascetic self-reliance. General soldier, a soldier is a they're two different ranks. So writer publication or so does the writer publish? Writer publication. Writer can publish it first.
Writer,
Somebody. But is it like here we are talking about a quality, yeah? Parent service, what is the quality of a parent service? So a quality or what it is associated with ascetic self-denial will be closer.
Ascetic means someone who lives far away,
Ascetic is a person who thinks negative or doesn't is not involved in
it's like yourself.
yeah. So denies everything you say, stays away from everything. Yeah, stays away from everything, denies self.
Self-denial is something else. Self-denial is a negative one. Ascetic is
The writer publication, will that be okay? A publication. Not very clear. It is close but not absolutely. So we go with something that is absolutely. Yeah, so your ascetic. Okay. Worker and workplace could be relationship. Yeah. Teller, bank, surgeon, solid code, painter, restroom, gambler, receiver, painter, galleries. Worker and tool. Programmer, computer, blacksmith. Now we come to some examples. Just look at this one. What is a relationship? Change, immutable. You know what change is? Immutable?
not changing.
So if you don't know a word, what do you do? Break it down. Get to the root word. Mutate, you know. Mutants. What are mutants?
It changes.
They change. Immute,
Not really.
not change. Yeah. So what relationship will we have? Opposite. So we need a similar relationship. Yeah. Rishti, are you following?
Yes, ma'am. I see the first one.
What?
First one, A, constancy unsteady.
So we go on the first line. Sorry. Okay, constancy unsteady is opposite. Mobile movement, same thing. Implicit motion is an opposite relationship. Sorry, active. They're looking for active. Impossible, plausible. What does plausible mean? So it's a possibility. Just possible. So impossible opposite should be possible. Plausible is something that may happen. Not can happen. Yeah. Possible is you are definite that this is possible. Plausible is similar, but not exactly the same. Right? So your answer will be the second one, extract and pull. What is the relationship? Yes, Shyam, what is the answer? Extract tooth. Tooth can be extracted,
Yes.
right? Now you can cut your nail, fine. Uproot stump. Yeah? So when you're talking about extracting a tooth, you are taking out from the root. Similarly, you can uproot a stump means taking it out from the root. Right? Now pull out pin, no relationship. Cut wood, that is just cut. Nail you are just cutting, you're not uprooting. Right? So only option will be uproot stump. So here what is the relationship? Gun trigger. You can operate a gun with the trigger. Right? So what is similar? What is similar?
Lamp switch.
Lamp switch, right?
Engine fuel.
Engine fuel. Can you operate the engine with the fuel? Yeah. The engine needs fuel. But
Mobile games.
huh?
Mobile games.
Mobile games, you can play games on the mobile. But can you operate the mobile with the games? Yeah. We are talking about operate. Now, what is the direction? Operating the bigger thing with the smaller thing. Yeah. So operating the lamp with the switch will be same. Here your answer is that. Huh? Wristwatch. Neck chain. So we are talking about. Now, what about cuff couplings? Body part. Or we are talking about the body part. You're wearing something on you. Yeah. So, Shyam, we'll continue with this a little. You can pick up. Scribble light. Gamma is to speed. Intersection is related to streets. Okay. Now, what about crosswalk and lights? Not the same thing. We're talking about streets, this crosswalk. These two.
Top.
Yes.
Tower track.
Yes. So, what is the relationship that you visualize? Drop cloth furniture means drop cloth is kept on or it goes over.
What would be the thing?
Drop cloth is kept on or goes over.
Like when we put that card where
So drop cloth is something you're covering something with,
it's
right? So what type, which other? Yes, Brishti, can you think of your answer again? Is it whether it's correct or not? So drop cloth furniture relationship would be, it goes on covers. Right? So towel rack is not the same thing, you just keep the towel on a rack. Keep it. Right? That is space. Drop cloth on furniture means like say when you are going somewhere and you don't want dust to collect. You put a drop cloth. Okay? Okay. Yes, Kushyam. First one. Drop cloth furniture. Yes, that's. Something that is used to protect. And we can see apron can be used to protect your clothing. Right? हाँ कि नहीं अभी भी confusion है अच्छा now drop cloth is used to protect the furniture, it goes on the furniture. Banner flagpole आएगा हाँ if you talk about a banner you can put it up on the flagpole, the same relationship. Banner doesn't cover the flagpole, be protected. Right? Covers but drop cloth और furniture का relationship क्या है? Visualize it. एक बड़ा सा टेबल लेके सोफा पे डाल दो, so that it doesn't become dusty. So banner, yes. Flagpole is where you put the flag on. उसमें banner अगर डाले तो it hang there. It's not covering. We are talking about covering something. So not banner, towel rack. You keep a towel on a rack. Pillow bending, nowhere near apron clothing is the right answer. Why do chefs wear aprons?
Protect the clothing.
Protect it. Right? Okay. Next one. Archipelago Island. What is this? So what comes first? The whole comes first. What is an archipelago?
Group of ice.
Group of islands. So we have the whole coming first and part after that. So arbor bower. What is the arbor? Any idea? Okay, garden flower. Now we can't say flower is a part of a garden. It's not a part of a garden. Yeah? Stars grow in the garden, but it's a mountain valley, constellation star is the only option. So we need to know what arbor and bower are. Bower, I think, is a part of the ship. Supposed to be a part of a ship or boat.
Arbor is a shady place like in the gardens, it's like a gazebo, but a bigger pond.
Okay.
And bower is a shady place and military.
So that's not a relationship.
Oh, bower is small. It's like a far away, just where around.
So that is not. So you can write down the meanings. Anyway. Differential and obsequious. Differential, you know.
different.
Differential.
He asked differential.
That is difference.
That's a use for.
Differ. What means?
Differential. Differential would be related to respect.
Mom,
And obsequious is higher level of it. Yes. You respect somebody to the point that you. This is the name. I hope I'm not wrong. So differential is respecting somebody at a higher level. Yeah, that is respect. Higher level of respect is differential, and obsequious is the ultimate. Right? You respect somebody like God. Yeah, 1 minute. Obsequious opposite to me.
Higher form, no?
Is it the higher form? Just making a great effort to please somebody who is somebody very important. Yeah. So obsequious will be like differential obsequious, which is strong, which is stronger, obsequious is strong. Yeah. So you respect somebody greatly, and obsequious is you go all out to please the person whom you respect. So strong, sturdy, maybe. Loyal, optimistic, reckless, daring. Similar relationship, but reckless is higher. And here we have the other way around. So we will not go with this. Astute and perceptive. What does astute mean? Somebody who is very meticulous with information. Huh? Very good.
The same
Perceptive means
having different perception.
yeah, that you can have a perception, you can figure out things. So this is not what we are looking for. The only one is strong and sturdy. Strong and sturdy is of a higher level. What about this sound homonym? Homonym means similar sound. Right? Idea, acronym, fake pseudonym, meaning synonyms, confusion and yeah. Meaning synonym. Sound, similar sound is two homonyms. Meaning and synonym are no, sound doesn't mean homonym. Does sound mean homonym?
The sound same.
Yeah, so we have not said sound. So sound relates to homonym. Does is it similar meaning?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sound means homonym.
Same sound. Homonym is same sound.
Same sound.
Two words sounding the same.
Did we say same sound? Synonym means same. Meaning means synonym. Meaning similar word. Yeah. So yeah, we can say sound, sound, meaning, similar meaning. That can be. Take synonyms. Something is fake. If something is fake, it relates to pseudonym. Can we say that? Now another thing. For meaning and synonym, will that be an answer? Meaning and synonym, is it the same direction? Words that are synonyms have synonym meaning. Say that. That same sound. Yeah. So words that have similar sound are called words that have similar meanings are called synonyms. Yes. Okay. Last photo. What can be similar? Keep water in a glass and murmur, shriek.
Crack smash.
Crack smash. So murmur is speaks up soft sound. Shriek is loud. So smaller than crack smash. Okay, some questions that can come. Conscious is related to wrong in the same way as police is related to right. Right. So what is the relationship?
Consciousness stops
something. And with laws, police stops you. Find the odd one. So when you are doing odd ones out, again you have to look at the relationship.
Yeah.
So what relationship? If you can say now these are all diseases. Yeah. Now, if they're all diseases, either it could be what parts of the body they are affecting or what is the cause. Right? So now, so now we diphtheria. Why do you think diphtheria?
Because it's murder.
Yeah.
So it's bacteria and reaction in the lab. And for the bacteria, so bacteria.
Is there this efficiency of
Diphtheria and
diphtheria?
टाइफाइड का ट्यूबरकुलोसिस का होता है any part of measles is caused by
Virus.
virus or bacteria contents. Typhoid is caused by bacteria, right? Diphtheria is caused by bacteria. Tuberculosis is caused by bacteria. It's not really bacteria, it's an infection that develops in the body. Yeah? Yeah. So according to their answer, it was tuberculosis. This was, I put this question basically for this. So odd man out here was tuberculosis. Because according to them, all these are so according to me, it would be these are communicable diseases.
Ma'am, Google is showing reasons because it's viral, others are bacterial.
Measles is viral. Yeah. But is tuberculosis communicable disease? Can be caused by
Yeah. That's why I'm talking about it.
So measles is caused by measles is viral. Now typhoid is caused by bacteria. So this can have actually two answers. Measles can be also tuberculosis can also be. So if you look at communicable diseases, tuberculosis is not communicable. You can't get tuberculosis from another person. But measles can, bacteria. So now when you have at least in mathematics, so the closest possible will be can be good. We will solve it. What about this? Ecology is related to environment. Histology refers to issues. Histology has nothing to do with history. It's not history, it's not hormones, it's issues. It makes seem okay, now quick the answers. Man to man is a care relationship.
Quality.
Huh?
Quality of man is human.
Baki में could be humanity. Now when you say humanity, humanity is a quality?
Yes.
We say so, but humanity actually refers to entire humanity.
See from our point of view.
Flower fragrance we use. When we look at man, when we talk about man, man belongs to humanity. Humanity is a bigger thing, man is a smaller thing. Here it will be drop ocean. Here it says each pair consists of words which are synonyms, and one of them is not. Danger parallel is synonym. Indulge, deny is nothing to do with synonym. Infringe base is synonym. Luxury parallel is also synonym. Yeah. Now you have to read the questions carefully. Direction, what are you asked to do? So we have to select ones which are not opposite. Excitable, calm, opposite ends. You are excited, you are calm. Something is exciting. Exquisite and delicate. Numb, active. Non-active opposites. Exquisite and delicate. Are they opposites or synonyms? Obnoxious free में कोई relationship है? Huh? Obnoxious. This is obnoxious. This is not. It doesn't belong to this. Free is also doesn't belong to this. Free element. Obnoxious is something which is unpleasant or different. Yeah. So the only possible answer could be exquisite and delicate. Exquisite means we are looking at not opposite. What is similar? What is Exquisite means. No, we just read the same opposite meaning in exquisite. Exquisite means something that is unique. Obnoxious and free would be better. Obnoxious doesn't actually, obnoxious is something not good, which you detest. तो इसमें similar या opposite कुछ भी नहीं आया. Right? So we are looking at something that is similar, exquisite and delicate. Right? So Rodia, so you can do the other, okay, this one is liquefy and petrify. Liquefy is changing state into liquid. Yeah, petrify is changing state into, yeah, petrify can be used as something that shock, that is shocking. You are petrified by something or like fearful. But petrify can also be used for freezing something. Right?
Opposite, so
So liquefy goes into petrify. So it is a change of form. Change of form. So blend separate नहीं होगा, cash invest नहीं होगा, soften frighten नहीं होगा. Only thing left is beg and please. Right? Oh yeah. Legend is similar. चलो, let's see. Okay. You can do the questions here and the worksheet. Right? और vocabulary reading हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है? किस तरफ मुंडी लगती है? हाँ? Have you written words? Read? Anyone read the newspaper today? हाँ? Yesterday newspaper पे पढ़ा होगा. One important news from yesterday's newspaper. What, according to you, it would be? Any one important news from yesterday's newspaper that you have read? Yeah, whatever you read, what was it about?
I read one article about the in the
So, what do you Okay. What did you read? What did you read? Nothing. Very good. What did you read? What about stock market? Did you analyze what you read?
Yes. I usually analyze as I have.
So what was the summary?
It was summary about market was very dicey.
Okay, ask our homework. You will read something. You will write a summary in 2 sentences. And tomorrow I want the summary read out in class. Without. Okay? Anything, whatever you read. कोई भी एक आर्टिकल पढ़ो, एक न्यूज़ आइटम पढ़ो, write the summary in 2 sentences and write 5 words. So I want to see whether you can. So this is where your comprehension comes. That's why I said in the beginning that you have to train your brain. You can't train your brain, how will you do the rest of it? And tomorrow we'll do vocabulary. So we will begin with your words. Yeah. Okay, Vrishti. Tomorrow, have you read the newspaper?
No.
No, very good. Which newspaper next year? Okay, are you, so when are you coming back?
Not Thursday or Friday. Friday, maybe. I'll attend Saturday's class.
Will attend or you won't attend? Will attend. You will attend class?
I'll attend Saturday's class offline. There only.
Or you know what you have to do tomorrow?
So,
For tomorrow homework?
the worksheet and newspaper and the words. Ma'am, I can't.
So that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.